everyone. So I came up with kind of an interesting idea today because I was looking back trying to figure out what games I had played from the beginning of my gaming career to the end. So I wanted to share some of my favorite games, the ones that I think I'll kind of call it the ones that I love the most. But just kind of mention in general which ones I remember, which ones I play, so this will just be kind of like a nostalgic flashback. Then we'll also talk about the ones that I'm playing right now or have played recently on the 360. So that's my idea for this. Okay, so we did have a Nintendo, but I was more of a Sega Genesis girl. I know it sounds really terrible now, but at the time I preferred Sega Genesis. So these are just the few that I remember playing because I didn't play it that much. So Duck Hunt, obviously, because that's maybe the most top-notch experience I've ever had, even though it never worked properly. Super Mario Brothers, 1, 2, and 3, but 3 was my favorite, most definitely. 1 was good too. 2 I don't remember playing too much, but I did play it. 3 still, big place in my heart, played it lots. But my favorite game on Nintendo is Dungeons & Dragons Warriors of the Eternal Sun, which I don't know if any of you guys have played. If you have them, please let me know because that's awesome and we should totally be friends. But I was obsessed with that game. That game is why I love RPGs so much. It just like changed my world. I love being able to wander around and do interactive things and have your little party, and I would spend my time pretending I was the witch or sorceress, whatever she was. Yeah, it was really important to my gaming experience. I'm not even sure if it's actually a good game, but I loved it more than anything. So yeah, for Sega Genesis, which I played a little bit more of, but we didn't have a lot of money back then, so I just kind of played, like, we were allowed like a game each per year, so that's why I don't have too much going on here. But Batman, Road Rash 2, I do remember playing, although I don't know how much I played it. Earthworm Jim, I played a little bit of it, but then it was decidedly inappropriate, so I didn't play anymore. Sonic the Hedgehog, obviously. Spent like days of my life playing Sonic the Hedgehog. Aladdin, I remember very, very clearly because I was a huge Disney girl back in the day. Lots of fun, definitely one of the best Disney games. Also, I probably played, I'm not sure if this is, but The Lion King, I'm not sure if that was on Sega Genesis, but I played that one too. Sonic 2 and 3. I think I like 3 better than 2. Kind of the same thing for Mario in that sense. And I played some NHL 94, of course, because I had 2 brothers, so we played sports games. And I wish I could describe to you how hot it is right now, because I'm like melting if you can't tell. Anyway, so N64, never had one. Again, we didn't have a lot of money, so it's not something that we had, but I remember playing Star Fox 64, Donkey Kong 64, Mario Party, GoldenEye, Banjo-Kazooie, Super Mario Brothers, and I played some of the Ocarina of Time. I'm really not a Zelda person. I understand the appeal. I know it's like sacrilegious for me to say, but I never played that much. So I did play it, but that wasn't until like a few years ago, and then I also played it on the 3DS, so that's my experience with Zelda. I played the one that was on Wii, which I can't remember the name of. So I'm not a Zelda person. I'm sorry. I'm just not, you know. So okay, so now we're at PlayStation 1, which is near and dear to my heart. So there are some funny ones on here, but anyway, Jet Moto 3. Fuck yeah, Jet Moto 3. If you ever played it, you would understand. Parappa the Rappa. Yeah, me and my friends used to play it all the time, and it was hilarious and totally fun. I recall playing Spider-Man, but again, not that much of it. Dino Crisis, not sure which one, but I played one of them. Final Fantasy Tactics, Quake 2 a little bit, although it's a little bit out of my age range at that time. Spyro, Year of the Dragon, fuck yeah, Spyro all the way. I don't know why. I was always really bad at Spyro. Silent Hill, Final Fantasy 7, 8, and 9, and also 6, maybe 4. I get really confused about which is which because they had to change it, like re-release it. But it's the one with the really fancy, like, battle music. I can't explain it, but I'll find a picture and then we'll know. Gran Turismo 2 did play, and Legend of Dragoon. Now, I loved that game more than anything. I cannot wait to replay it. I have not tried to replay it since, because I had gone through it once, got to the final boss. Couldn't beat him because I was too low of a level. Then I went all the way back through again. Leveled up to about like 20 levels higher. It took forever because it's actually a really difficult game. And I still couldn't beat the final boss. So I gave up on Legend of Dragoon at the final boss. But I did watch the ending, so I think that counts. But yeah, that's my PlayStation 1 experience. I'm sure I'm forgetting some, but that's off the top of my head. So now we're on to PlayStation 2. So Kingdom Hearts, I think 1 and 2. Final Fantasy 10 and 10-2. 10-2 was the biggest waste of money. I can't even tell you. SSX3. Now, I don't know exactly which one I played, but I played a lot of them over the course of my lifetime because you can't beat a good snowboarding game, so not sure which one. But Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance, I believe 1 and 2 I have played. Fatal Frame 2, and Silent Hill 2, 3, and 4. Persona 3. Resident Evil 4, which is amazing, obviously, as everyone knows. As is Silent Hill 2 and 3, and 4 is okay too. But, can I just throw out Fusion Frenzy? If anyone, please holla at me if you remember Fusion Frenzy, because when you bought the, actually that should be on Xbox, but anyway, if you bought an Xbox, that's what it came with, was like that and some car game, and fuck, Fusion Frenzy. Fusion Frenzy up the wazoo. Fatal Frame 3, and then all of the Lord of the Rings games, which I'm pretty sure I didn't play on Xbox, but they're also on PlayStation 2. I might have played them on both. I'm not really sure. So 1, 2, and 3 there. Silent Hill Shattered Memories. I also played. That was my, I believe my last PlayStation 2 purchase. It was actually alright, considering. PlayStation 3, do not have one. Will never have one, unfortunately. But Heavy Rain, I did play through at my friend's house, so that's the only PS exclusive game that I've played on the PS3. But might I just add, I'll never be able to play The Last of Us, which is really, really sad unless I find a man who has a PS3. But I watched the walkthrough last night and the movie where it's just all the kind of montages. Freaking amazing. Freaking amazing. I'm so jealous if you get to play it. Don't tell me, because I can't even. I don't want to talk about it. It makes me very sad. So, very good. If you haven't picked it up, then do, because heck yes. So, the original Xbox, it was my brother's, so I did play it a little bit, but he was on it pretty much 24/7, so not that often. I was more of a PS2 girl, but I played, again, Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 on that. I played Fable, again, all of Lord of the Rings games on the Xbox as well. Knights of the Old Republic, which a lot of people say didn't hold up as well. It's kind of overhyped, but it's not. It was amazing. I have not played it since, but I mean, I played it constantly. It was so friggin' good. And if it weren't for that game, we would not have things like Mass Effect, where you can choose your own destiny, kind of it opened a lot of doors. So if you have not played Knights of the Old Republic, you should, because it's amazing. Halo, I played the original Halo. It was kind of during the red versus blue thing. That was a big deal. I used to watch all those clips with my brother, and so we played that mostly because I was okay at it, but not as good as my brother, obviously, because he had way more practice. We would just race around in our tanks and beat the crap out of each other, so that was fun too. But I did play the game itself. Yeah.